All right, everyone. So this is Zach. Zach was actually one of the most steadfast students that I've ever worked with at Bluestamp. So he was actually in a very underhanded situation where he came in 3 to 4 weeks late, and he was also only a half-day student. So he was pretty much working with half the time than every other student. But I still remember on his second or third day, he came up to me and he was like, "All right, I finished 2 milestones. What's next, boss?" And I was like, "Okay, you finished 2 milestones?" And he was like, "Yeah," and he just kept going, included all these new features that took a lot of time and complexity to integrate, but he was just able to get it done. And yeah, I think he was able to pull off a lot of interesting features in the short amount of time that he had. So without further ado, Zach, showcase your.
All right, thank you so much. So for my project, I made an auto pet feeder. I have a dog at home, which I often forget to feed, and I thought maybe this way I could remember to feed it once in a while. That would be hopefully help. So you see, there it goes. So pretty much for the project, what I did is I originally just had a project that would automatically run, let's say once an hour, to dispense food out. And I didn't really like that. So I made this website which would allow me to use it, or anyone to use it really. So first I have this feed button right here. So if I go ahead and click it, it will, if it works, I have a video I can show, but pretty much what it would do is when I click the button, it would go ahead and turn the servo motor and dispense food out into the bowl. Usually it works, but right now it's taking a second to load up the system. Alright, additionally, what I have here is time between feedings, which would pretty much is a slider, which currently is in seconds, which is honestly just for show, because you can't really use seconds. I don't think people want to feed their dogs every 10 seconds. And there it goes. So it should work now. Yeah, if I were using now, it would work. Take a second to load up. And then here we have last fed. So pretty much every time the servo motor runs, it will send that time, current time to the system and split that for the user to see. And finally, I have is food present, which pretty much it's either green or red. Using an ultrasonic sensor to say the distance to see if there's food present inside of the machine. All right, so go ahead and looking at my electrical work. I have a ESP32, which is kind of like an Arduino system. It's my brain of my thing. However, there's 2 main differences. It is more efficient and it has Wi-Fi connection. So first, with the Wi-Fi connection, that allows me to use this website, adafruit.io, which allows me to hook everything up. Secondly, the more efficient part was actually less efficient in my case, as I had to hook up my servo to batteries, as the servo takes a different voltage than the ESP32 outputs, unlike my Arduino. All right, then for my final modification, I have this ultrasonic sensor, which pretty much sends a sound higher than the human hearing, back and forth, takes that sound and pretty much calculates the distance and sends that to the computer, calculates the distance between it. If I had more time to work on the project, what I would want to add is a motor inside of this bottle right here, as food often gets stuck inside of the small container which food can fall through. I just found out that today actually, because I only got food in it today. And other than that, maybe a camera would be nice, so you can view your dog or animal while they're eating if you want to. I don't know why. But yeah. And yeah, so challenges I faced during the project was originally I had a command called delay in my system, which would stop all my code and wait like 2 minutes between feedings. However, I have a feed button and a slider between feedings, and that wouldn't work, because if I click the feed button, it just wouldn't work, as it would be paused, the parent code would not run. So I had to switch to a different type of code called millis, which would pretty much count upwards at constantly while letting everything else run as well in the background, and that allowed everything to work. And another challenge in the actual build of this project is I might put a bit too much pressure on the drill, so I broke a couple of pieces of wood sticks while I was working, but I got through that problems. All right, thank you so much. Yeah, so there's a servo motor underneath which can rotate left and right depending on what I tell it to do, which connected to right there. You really can't see that, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll turn left and right.
Do you think it's like a possibility of maybe your animal by actually like tipping the pet feeder over?
Yeah,
or
I
maybe,
was-
maybe making it more like a better structure.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Before I made this, I actually had the entire design be pre-printable. But that would take like 4 days to print, so that would take quite a while. So yes, I have thought about that.
Can you also put liquid into
So pretty much it's not like shut on the bottom, so no. But I do want to do that at some point, possibly use a screw that or like a bottle cap that I screw on and off.
So the website that you're controlling that from, can you control that from anywhere and it connects to that? Or is there like a different way that you can control it so that you can feed it if you're like out of town or out of your house?
So you have to be on the same network as the thing as it connects to the current network. So if you're on the same network as your computer, it will work. So if you're out of town, that probably wouldn't work. I mean, maybe if you like you had someone at home do it for you, you could, but that won't work if you're out of town. Yeah.
How did you adjust how much food is this?
Okay, so in the actual code, there's two methods that run. Each the lathe, it's the millis that I use. Pretty much it turns some degrees every couple milliseconds, and I can speed up how many degrees it turns every millisecond. All right. Thank you so much.